Here we are again. Good to be here. Hi everyone. How's it going?
Good.
Good to be here. What an exciting. We had some surprise or half-planned crowd warm-up from Brody Stevens.
Yeah.
Who's done over 2,000 crowd warm-ups. No, he really has. A lot of people say that he was the foundation of Chelsea lately. He would get the crowd warmed up for over 2,000 of those shows, and also the best damn sports show period. Many other things. So give it up one more time for Brody Stevens. Giving you just for It's so fun. I'm so excited. We had Brody on episode 2, and
was it 1 or 2?
It's 2.
He said it was 1. I think.
1 was Rick Ingram.
Oh, that's right.
2 was Brody Stevens.
That's right.
I'm so excited to have him here. He's somebody who I've learned so much from, and he helped me out a lot. Really, really smart, unorthodox, funny comedian. Most comedians' favorite comedian is Brody Stevens. Like all the big time comedians that I've had the pleasure of meeting in my few years of doing this, the one thing that everybody has in common is somehow or regularly they've gotten to see Brody, and he's a killer. So funny. Check out his stand-up. He's on the Oddball Comedy Tour right now, the most awesome possible thing any comedian could be doing, touring all around the country, doing arenas with Dave Chappelle. So that's just a taste of what we're in for later. Now, say hello to the one and only, the head of security here, the one and only Iron Patriot, everybody, is still with us. Hell yes, there he is, the one and only.
Tony, I wish I could have been there for you in Canada. I was worried about you. You needed your security there.
Thank you. Thank you. He's talking, referencing a recent trip that I took to Winnipeg, yeah, had to hang out in Winnipeg. Yes, I did do that. You really fed me a line there. You gave me a topic to run with.
I'm excited about tomorrow, Tony.
What's tomorrow?
I'm going to be an extra on a film that's directed by Clint Eastwood. It's called The Jersey Boys.
Wow.
And this movie is about a pop group that sold 170 million albums before they were 30.
Boring!
Now wait, listen. I'm going to sing a part of this song, and you guess what group it is that this movie's about.
The Temptations.
Big girls don't cry. Big girls don't cry.
Billy Joel.
No, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Oh.
They got a lot of great songs. They got that Sherry song.
I got them confused because Billy Joel remade a Four Seasons song in the middle of the night or something like that.
Yeah, they've had a lot of people remake their songs, but I'm looking forward to that. I've never been around Clint Eastwood. It should be exciting.
I don't think you're going to get to be anywhere around.
What do you play? What kind of extra?
I'll just be in a cemetery scene.
And that's the actual you who is the man underneath the suit who was in the semi-successful rock and roll band. What was their name again?
Yeah, Dirty Crabber.
The Dirty Crabber.
You know, I'm a failed musician, and Brody is a failed baseball player.
Whoa, that's not true. Whoa, that is not true. Whoa, he didn't say that.
Well, I mean, he played in college. He was good. He had 10 strikeouts in many games, and
So
he had a problem with balking, though.
So how does that make him a failure at baseball?
Well, it's the same as me. I wasn't really a failure either, but it's just, maybe we were meant to do something else. Like I was meant to be a comedian like him.
You're wrong, Patriot.
I'm well on my way. Don't burst my bubble, Tony.
That left arm, by the way, we've noticed in the last couple episodes.
Don't talk about my Twitch.
If you're new to the show, the Iron Patriot swung by after episode 1, and he's been with us every episode since. He's a fan of the podcasting world, and he was nice enough to join us. He wears that suit, $5,000, that was shipped from him from Russia.
Norway.
And
I'm surprised. Isn't Norway known for Norwegian scams?
What do you mean, scam?
Isn't that the number one country for scams? And you just sent somebody $5,000 for an Iron Man costume in order.
I'll tell you what, Red Bandit, was really scary because PayPal only lasts like 45 days, and I didn't know if I was ever going to get it. I was scared as hell.
Wow.
I'm glad I wasn't, it was scary. I mean, when I got it, I was excited because it took a year and a half.
He's a regular on the podcast. He's been with us every week. Sometimes he's accidentally racist because he's from Texas and he doesn't realize when he's being racist. Like, for example, he calls the way he references black women as the female brothers.
Yeah, the Soul Sister number 9. That's the song I did. Now, Tony, I want to tell you a little bit about my life. I did live in Texas for 28 years, but I was born in Des Moines, Iowa. I lived there for 9 years, and I also lived in Chicago from 9 to 12, and I visited an uncle one time in Columbus, Ohio. So I'm a Yankee just like you guys are.
Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, I almost forgot until he just did it. So the last couple episodes, we've noticed a left arm twitch that happens in the
Red band, it doesn't have anything to do with that. It's not uncontrollable. It's not like some kind of, that'd really be scary if I had an uncontrollable twitch. It's
just did it right there.
Yeah, but I mean, I can stand
You
still.
just did it again.
Because I don't think about it when I'm talking, but...
Yeah, so that's an uncontrollable
No, it's not. I mean, I can stand here still for an hour and not even move, and it's never going to happen. It's just...
Okay, try it right now, starting now.
But, guys, I remembered that rap I did at Sears about Deborah.
Just did it.
Hey, Red Band, can you give me a beat? Can you do a kind of beat like... Can you do something like that?
What are you going to do?
I got just a short rap of the Deborah at Sears. I remembered it last week. Just do it real quick. It's real quick. No, do it better, like... That's a good drum. Just do it with like...
No, I don't want to do it. No, I'm just kidding. Tony, you do it.
Okay, do it.
No. Let's just
About one... Okay, I'll do it.
let's not do a song.
I'll do it real quick. About 1 year, some time ago, good loving was bad, nipping was slow. I was living it down day by day, trying to survive with the right fillet. Hey now, don't try to pretend when the right gets cold, there is no end. You need a long lady, fast like a rocket, a beast in bed with a hot love pocket. You don't need love, cause that ain't loose. What you need, boy, is a chocolate mousse. So the very next day, I went to Sears, home of the brothers for years and years. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah.
Oh my.
How exciting. So, I'm sick of the world right now, so what do you say we bring up our guest? I mean, that was truly disturbing, Patriot. I mean...
This has been a strange show so far, Tony, tonight. It's a different flavor.
I love it. There you go. We know you love different flavors, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, everybody. Well, our guest tonight, what can I say? Hangover, Hangover 2, Due Date, Chelsea Lately, everything. The Burn. Big part of Comedy Central. In fact, his own show, all about him and his life, is debuting this fall. On the one and only Comedy Central. It's called Enjoy It. I'm lucky enough to have him as one of my really great friends. We text. He's a great guy. Put your hands together for my pal and my guest tonight, the one and only Brody Stevens. Fresh off the oddball comedy tour, taking a break from performing in front of tens of thousands of people to be with us here tonight again.
I'm back.
He's back.
I was on the first... Was it called Kill Tony, the first podcast?
Actually, it was still called Hinchcliffe's Notes when you were on it.
There you go. Hinchcliffe's Notes, because we were adding and helping out. It's the same show.
Yeah, it's the same
It's
show.
Evolved,
Yes.
but it's a different title.
Easier to spell.
Gotcha. Kill Tony. Easy. Boom.
You got it. Hashtag it.
Hashtag it.
Tag it.
You know, Comic Patriot mentioned that it's a different energy here. I think it's probably because of me. I'm a big guy. I'm back home here in the belly room. I'm wearing shorts, glasses, an all-access badge. The Oddball Comedy Tour will be in Denver on Thursday.
I mean, is that just amazing or what? You are on what seems to be the coolest comedy tour. You're currently on it. That has probably happened in, I don't even know since when, right?
Yeah.
What is that? How does that feel? To be
Feels
part
good.
of the traveling Woodstock of comedy.
Feels good, to be honest with you, going to the venues, knowing that there's going to be, close to 15,000 each
There's
and every night.
15,000. What, last night you did that, right?
It may have been more last night. I think Irvine holds more than that. But yes, it's kind of cool, the enormity of it. You get there I get there early, 4:30. Gates open at 5, and they're out tailgating in the parking lot. These are comedy fans. They're so they're right on it. They're listening. They're supporting everything, and it's kind of like I would say it's a Lollapalooza. If you went to that growing up, it's kind of that feel at one of these amphitheaters. All the amphitheaters, for the most part, are pretty. They're all the same. They all blur together, but some look a little different than others, and that's what's kind of fun. Getting out and walking on the lawn. I'll go out with Jeff Ross. He'll host the show, and we'll have intermissions, and we'll walk around. That's a great thing. You're around 15,000 comedy fans, and they're all, into Dave Chappelle. They're into Flight of the Conchords. They're all equally, or more so than others, into the different acts. So hopefully the shows will keep going. There'll be another tour like this, and I would highly recommend get your tickets. It's something that you'll have a good time with. And it does feel good to say, you're a part of something that's historic.
How many
Really
more
is.
shows do you have?
There are 4 more shows. We have Denver on Thursday. Tickets still available. Denver on Thursday. On Friday, we're up in the Bay Area. Saturday, Las Vegas. Sunday, Phoenix. So it's, you kind of just do the show. For example, we'll do San Francisco. I'll fly up to San Francisco Friday morning. Gonna shuttle down to San Jose where the gig is. Do the gig. Gig ends at 11. I'm there from 4 to 12. It's an all-day thing. I get there at 4, I'm done at 12. After 12, they'll take me to the hotel after the gig, and maybe a little after party, hanging out with the comedians. That's a fun little thing. If you're on the road with these guys, there's a lot of camaraderie. So we do that, and then you hang out, and then boom, you're up the next morning. Got to take the shuttle. They're very good at transportation. San Francisco, boom, fly to Vegas. Get to Vegas, shuttle, airport, maybe have, depending on what time we get there. All right, you know what? I'm trying to give you some of the most graphic behind.
Well, I think what you're telling us is absolutely perfect because you know the format of the show, everybody. We are right here in the heart, the throbbing heart of comedy, live from the world famous Comedy Store, where so many people come to get their careers started or continued in stand-up comedy, and we have the privilege of so many people signing up tonight. I think it was 32 or 34 or something like that, which is a record, by the way.
That's good. Congratulations for that, guys. Are they all in here? Or
Yeah,
are they in the holding center?
The future is amongst us. So, being on the Outlaw Comedy Tour, who's more in touch with true comedy right now than a guy who has his own show coming out on Comedy Central? When's that coming out?
Iron Patriot has a show?
Yeah. Oh, Brian. If all goes well, if I keep my sanity, if the editing is, where everything needs to be,
What's that date?
could be December 1st.
Wow.
You could see Stephen Brody Stevens on your Comedy Central programming December 1st.
Boom.
Possibly, could
It's
be.
all about you. Like, a lot of people get their own show on a TV network, and you end up having, different things. But this is all about you.
Well, that's where the pressure comes in. Yes, it's all about me.
In your real life.
A lot of it, yes. And there is, pressure with that. And,
Oh, yeah.
and this real stuff, it's not like I have a normal life or a normal relationship with my mom. Oh, my mom owns a cake store, and I've got a dog, and, I'm looking for a house, and we go around, they play the cornball music. It's not that. It deals with mental disease.
Right. Well, you've been diagnosed as.
I've been labeled as bipolar, and it's a daily battle. So how do I handle that? And my struggles with that, my reconciliations, my looking back and going forward, and also maintaining a healthy, lifestyle. It's not easy, and I'm under pressure doing the show.
I love it.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Oh, you love seeing a guy under pressure.
Brody Stevens, everybody. Are you guys ready to get this
Steven, Brody, Steven, you got it. Push.
Format of the show. Comedians get pulled out of this big magical black bucket, and you get 60 seconds. In 60 seconds, you hear the kitties meow. That lets you know that your time is up. You should stop right there, because if you keep going on, you'll bring out the angry West Hollywood bear that has already snuck its way into the show multiple times tonight. Because people,
Can I ask one thing, Tony?
Yes.
Is there anybody willing to go to Coffee Bean and get me a vanilla latte? If you're not, I'm going to leave the show. No, I'm kidding, but I would like one and I can't. But if you don't, if you want to stay and watch the
What
show.
a Diet Sunkiss?
Josh, you want to make that run?
Josh, don't worry about it. Don't worry, I can fight you. I'm
You
okay.
can be back in 15 minutes.
Josh, you want to watch the show or you
It's
want to?
Fairfax.
How are you going to do
Are
it?
you really going to make poor Josh after
No, don't do
the
it.
day after he
He's the
won?
producer on the show. I pay him money.
Well, then Josh should pay somebody here.
Make him sign the cup.
Yeah.
Keep the cup. How about this? He
There
should
you
be
go.
the
You
first
can
one
keep
up
your
to do his
dirty
comedy
cup.
bit.
What?
He should be the first one up to go,
Oh, okay.
and then he goes and gets a copy.
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
How long will it take you, Josh? I don't want to take you out of your game.
It'll take 15 minutes. I'll be back in the 20.
But I like when you're here. Can I go with you? Can I go with you?
Give it up for Kill Tony producer
Thanks
Josh
for not laughing
Martin.
at me, everybody. Thanks for hurting my feelings right out of the gate.
Coming through on a live show in the clutch, getting the vanilla latte. What is that, large?
Can I get a large vanilla latte?
That's what you like.
I
those
will.
light?
Just give me the receipt. I'll
He doesn't need one right now.
Go for
He's
one.
got
Can I
one.
get one for all?
I'm so used to being I'm so used to being an oddball. That's what happens.
Yeah,
People
you
get me a latte
Come
when
back
I
to the
need
comedy
it.
store. You get bossy, man.
I'm not bossy. I'm on Klonopin. I'm so
Who in the crowd can give me I know you're about to start a show, but who in this crowd can get me a coffee?
I didn't say it like that. I asked.
Oh, but you're-
gentlemanly.
Josh just won an epic battle, by the way, yesterday. Who did he beat up?
It was a
Yeah.
boxing match.
He fought Boone Shakalaka. I don't know if you guys knew that.
If you don't know, he's a homeless transvestite.
Josh?
Well,
Oh, you're already in that comedy mode.
I'm in comedy.
Yeah.
I have to win over
Didn't
this
make
crowd,
any
Tony.
sense.
Do you know that? I'm gonna win over this
Didn't make
crowd.
any sense.
He said go ahead.
All right, let's start bringing comedians up here. Yeah, we know how it works. You guys ready to get it started or what? Bring in Jim Barrett, everybody.
What's going on, guys? Just had hernia surgery. Yeah, right? It was a blast. Actually, it was horrible. But the one cool thing about it was that when I woke up, all my pubic hair was shaved off. Made me wish I had back surgery instead. It's a mess back there, guys. After the surgery, though, I talked to the doctor, and he told me that I couldn't work out or have sex for a month and a half. So my life stayed exactly the same. Yeah. Actually, no, that's a lie. Okay, guys? I have been seeing a lady recently. That's right. I've been hanging out with a chick, and last night we got physical for the first time. I don't want to be vulgar, guys, but in baseball terms, I rounded first and stuck my bat in the pussy. And that's it. That's what. Cool.
Okay, good. You want me to jump in?
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the hernia bit. Got my attention. I had hernia surgery.
No fun.
No, it takes about 6 weeks. You'll be all right. Did they go laparoscopic through your belly button?
No, they went. They cut me like 5 inches right here.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, you're going to be okay. So that got my attention. And then the joke was pretty good. I liked that. And then I played baseball. Got my attention on that. It was a little graphic. There was a rape with a bat. Is that?
There was no rape. It was just stuck the bat in the pussy.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I like you went up first. I like you got a good personality. Keep doing it.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah. I spent most of your set trying to find a pen and a piece of paper for Brody, at which point he pulled out his phone and was going to start taking notes on his phone. But I know Brody so well that I know that if he has his phone in his hands, he's just going to end up getting distracted and going on social media networking sites. So I spent most of your set trying to take care of that so that it's not a problem in the future of the show. So I have no idea what you even talked about.
Awesome.
I personally like the back joke because it's a real thing, and to laugh about it, it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And because I've thought about having a fat chick on the side just to shake my back, and
That's a good idea.
Hey, also, it was good when he talked about he couldn't have sex or work out for a month, and nothing changed with his life. I think that was brilliant.
So brilliant. That makes me feel good.
And good shoes, good pants. Can you face me and let me see what's on your shirt?
The shirt's very Josh Meyerowitz.
Yeah.
Whoa, thank you.
I'm not in, things have changed a little bit over the years. I'm not into having a message on the shirt as a performer because the audience will look at the shirt. They're going to be thinking of Kenny Powers. There's a slight distraction with that. But, again, times has changed a little bit. Those are considered humorous. But I would be careful with having a message on your shirt.
Yeah, I would agree with that, especially a comedy
Yeah.
type of base shirt like that, like Kenny Powers. Like, I don't know, it just seems you don't want anybody to have any type of idea of like unless it's a permanent gimmick. I always think it's sort of important to just not have any distractions, but especially a comedy one. Maybe then people will think you're like Kenny Powers. Like they're gonna think, oh, obviously this guy's a fan of Kenny Powers. I bet he's gonna be dirty, and you're setting their expectations for something.
Yeah.
Where really I feel like you want to come in on a clean slate. So,
That's
but
good.
anyway,
Yeah.
So there's something for you. That's Jake Marin, everybody. I'm sorry I missed it. At Jake Marin Comedy on Twitter for those of you listening to the podcast. If you want to send your tags to the comedians, a lot of them leave their Twitter handle.
Tony, I haven't even tweeted today. I have.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that you were a little bit low key today.
Well, I'm working, and I am having some mental issues. But I'll talk to you off mic about it.
I'm telling you, you guys gotta watch the show. Enjoy it. Are those previous episodes available online? Or
I don't know where they're at.
maybe
This
you might
audience.
be able to find it if you go home tonight or sometime this week. Seriously, look up what HBO did. It was originally, that's how awesome the show actually is HBO had made it 15-minute shorts, and Comedy Central bought that from them. I mean, in an unheard
It was a
of
coup.
maneuver.
But here's what I would say. HBO had it. They could have said, you know what? We like it. Let's bring it back. We know you. We're family. Let's bring it back. That didn't happen. Number one. Number two, this crowd, not totally with me. I'm kind of okay if they don't watch my show. That's my vibe. And I'm a good guy. We have to have energy connection with Stephen Brody Stevens.
For those of you that don't know, one of Brody's very interesting fun facts that I normally don't talk about in front of him, but one of the things that I love about his comedy is it seems like sometimes he'll dig himself a purposeful hole with the audience and have them turn against him, but they're not really, you guys aren't really battling at all, and it takes a while for people to realize that they're part of the, butt of the joke.
Well, it can take a while, but again, I'm doing professional I start both stages. Now again, the Oddball Comedy Festival, there's 15,000 people. I'm the first one they see on the main stage because I bring out the Roastmaster General, Jeffrey Ross. So I'm on the main stage, I'll just do 2 to 3 minutes, and then I bring out Jeff. So I'm doing something right there. They seem to like me. Then I do the side stage. Gates open at 5. I take the stage at 5:15, and I go from 5:15 to 6:45.
Okay, and
Here's the
moving
deal.
on. Anyway.
And if somebody,
Jesus, you
if
keep
it
going
took,
into your itinerary with us. I
but
don't
people,
understand.
it doesn't.
6:15, I eat a hot dog in the stand.
But it doesn't take people time to loosen up and get to know me because I wouldn't be doing these shows if that was the case. So
You're the vet. That's what I'm talking about. You're the man.
Well, let's get this audience and
They're into it.
give me some energy, guys. Let's go.
It's a weird dojo that we have up here on Mondays. It's like they're.
Well, I'm not into
paying
weird
attention.
and I'm not into awkward. I'm into positive comedy. Let's go.
You're on a thing called the oddball comedy.
Yeah, that's positive comedy. I get to be an oddball within the parameters of that. Let's push it.
You guys ready for your next comedian or what?
Trust me, I got a talent pass. Doing something right. Let's go.
He's all in the good, and he has the credentials to prove it.
Thank you, Tony.
Put your hands together for your next comedian doing 60 seconds. Daria Lauren, everybody. Daria Lauren. When people don't show up for their spots, we have a permanent rule in which they get blacklisted. And that's what happens when somebody gets blacklisted. The Patriot makes a set of noises.
How often does that happen?
Pretty often. Just a few episodes ago, Doug Benson was my guest.
Yeah.
And we just like that. There was no forewarning of what the blacklisting thing was. And he had his cocktail sitting right there, and he's so mellow and funny and everything, but his cocktail's sitting there, and he's sitting where you are. And all of a sudden the Patriot, and it really just shocked him so much that his drink spilled. He was just cracking up. I watched the video of it the other day because I couldn't wait to see the video of it because I knew I was on this side of it, and it was just as funny as it was here. It was so, the look on his face because he's like, fuck, spilled drink, and laughing at the same time. Anyway, so the blacklisting, that's what happens.
Tony, do you have Josh's number? I want to change my order. Still nothing. Big laugh by Tony.
You guys, now it's true.
Guys, I'll play that game. If you're going to make me feel like shit for an hour, I'm going to chirp back. That's how I do it.
You're right.
Yeah, I am right. Thank you, Tony.
You're right. How can you guys not laugh at him wanting to change his order? You know Josh has probably already ordered it.
I can't believe you didn't laugh at that. I warned you. Now you got an angry Brody.
There's no accidents here. Everything Brody says is hilarious.
Thank you, Tony.
You just have to find out why afterwards as you're already laughing.
After, I'll take it.
Put your hands together. This seems like a new name. Chuck Bronson, everybody. Holy shit. You know what that means, everybody. You know who we'll never see again. So far, more blacklisted people than actual Canadians. Holy shit.
All the comics that are in the room are loving this stuff.
Chuck Bronson's a great name, by the way. Give him something for that. And give him the laugh. Couple more laughs.
Here we go. It's Victor Plikov. That just seems like a big name. No wonder there was a record 36 people that signed up.
Victor Pilov?
They're all in different handwriting, so whoever this is, really, very strategic.
Energy, guys.
How about Cody Gidley? Is there a Cody?
You got it. Cody Gidley. Cody Gidley.
There he is.
How are you guys today? Brody's here. That's super cool, Brody. I want to thank you. I get really, really high sometimes, and positive energy gets me through it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Iron Patriot. Oh my God, Iron Patriot. The Iron Patriot blew my mind last week. He spilled some knowledge on me. He said there was a difference between comic book Iron Man and movie Iron Man. Did you guys know that there's a difference between comic book Iron Man and movie Iron Man? Do you remember what the difference was?
Iron Patriot.
Iron Patriot. It was one of them was the Osborns, right?
Norman Osborn.
Norman Osborn.
He was Green
from the
Goblin.
comics. He's the Iron Man from the comics, right? And,
Yes.
So Patriot, if you had to say there's a difference between the two logistically, it would be cock size, right?
That might be one of the differences.
That might be one of the differences. You guys ever think the Romans secretly killed Jesus because of all the sex he was having? No? Oh, goodness gracious. You guys are Woo!
You had them both come out. They're both very excited. Cody Gidley. It seems like you know that. Oh, Cody.
Does he stay up there?
It's not that easy, my friend. Come on. Here, step up to the mic. This is where we talk to each other. Be a professional, Cody. How's it going, buddy? How long have you been doing stand-up?
Just probably about a year, maybe we'll say. Maybe just over that.
Who's we when you say we'll say?
Oh, I was collectively, I was trying to get the group vibe.
Oh, I like that. So like everybody will say. Seems like you know the show. Have you been here before? Have you gotten
I
on
came last
before?
week. No, I've never been out.
Okay. What do you normally talk about? Like, you know Brody. You knew the positive energy. That's one of Brody's slogans, by the way.
That was more true.
Right.
It was a nice gesture. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I like that. That was a good move. That's a professional move. You look like a comedian. You're dressed. Are you from the East Coast originally?
No, I'm from the Midwest.
Okay, on the way to the East Coast. Okay. The mic technique, I like it. I mean, it's different. You know, you get the thumb up. I would say, not that you did this, but just make sure you're not. I'm not big into the guys who do that. It can work. You can do whatever you want. But for me, you know, it's good when the mic's here. They can see my mouth. So I mean, you're doing that. They can see. Just be aware of that. But I mean, you got a good style. I think you just keep doing it. Only a year is, you know, real
Yeah, how
fresh.
often do you do it? I mean, you started a year ago.
I've started a year ago. I usually go up when I have a set. If I have a set, I'll go up.
So we're saying what? How many times a week or a month?
Oh, we'll say at least I try to be up once a week. At least. I mean, I'll go up and spit at a mic or something like that. But
Right.
whenever I get a set.
So you do it? Are you a hip hop guy?
I mean, yeah.
You like hip hop?
K-Day on the radio, sure.
Okay, I can tell. I see it. You got that herb. That's why I said New York. And kind of like
What part of the Midwest are you from?
Lansing, Michigan.
Oof. Oh, man. And you've lived in LA for a year?
I've been in LA for 2 years.
What do you do?
I work for an AV company.
You have to talk to the mic.
I know. I work for an AV company.
What's that?
Audio, visual.
Oh.
not audio, video.
No, yeah, just visual.
Got it. I think you just keep doing it. That's my advice.
Yeah, well, we
seem like
didn't
you're not
get to
saying
really
that
hear any
helps.
material. You
Yeah,
got
that wasn't really a bit.
You got to learn. You got to learn that if you start a conversation with a patriot, it really doesn't end. And you did that in your 60 seconds. So, you know, we'll hopefully keep signing up, and hopefully we'll see you again, and we'll get to maybe talk about what you're doing up there. Cody Gidley, everybody.
Yeah.
A little banter with the patriot.
Is that not recommended usually on this show? Because
Well, I mean, it's not really. You mean recommended to banter with the patriot?
yeah, because you have 60
I mean-
seconds.
Well, he got in trouble because he was talking about the Iron Man and he meant to be
Right,
talking about the
and-
Iron Man.
Oh, it
Slipped
stumbled
up.
out of the
Yeah, he was drowning
Yeah.
in deep
Yeah.
water.
Okay, I get it now. I get it. All right. Yeah, he fucked up.
Yeah, when he had to correct him on his own thing, that's
Kidding.
when. All right, put your hands together for Trenton Willie, everybody. Just
So, I want to tell you about my wife. I came home and I said, "Where's my bowl full of lightning bolts, covered in sci-fi fish beaks and nightmare bacteria because I'm hungry?" And she said, "I was taking care of the kid all day." What? You know, she just reminds me of the dictionary's word bubble because they both just complain about how they're too fat. Because the dictionary, you know, all of them are on the internet now. So the dictionary's word bubble is like, "I'm full of too much language." So I popped it. Language goes everywhere. I used it as a parachute. It went the opposite way, up. Then I went to a planet where everyone was their own dads. What? Let me tell you, there's only two different types of people in this world. Shadows made out of blood, and people bleeding numbers out of the left eye. And shadows made out of blood ruin it for everybody.
Hell yeah.
Can't even go to the movies. Shadows made out of blood eat the fiction right out of the screen. You know, I'm gonna make shadow blood fiction poop, my dad. That's
there
my
you
dad.
go. Fuck yeah, Trenton Willie. Oh yeah, coming out of the gate with a hard opener. I mean, big artist. Fuck yeah. Trenton, how long have you been doing stand-up?
2004.
Wow. Are you on mushrooms now?
I'm living inside of a purple triangle right now.
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. Did you? All right.
That was fun. It seemed like you walk a very fine line though, from people going like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" to bringing them back by being a little silly. So that must be dangerous. If that's your material normally, it must be a very dangerous line to walk.
And I was thinking about it while you were doing that. It almost seems like, you know, you came out of the gates with I want to talk about my, like, it's so funny and goofy how you said you wanted to talk about your wife and like a bowl of wizard, whatever, and you had me. I felt like when you start getting into longer things and it's like waiting, I mean, I know it's just 60 seconds and you're just trying to get stuff out, but how much time do you ever do? Like, what's the longest set that you do on a regular basis?
Longest, and I shit you not, my friend was there. I did an hour and a half once.
Was that just you and your friend with a karaoke machine? And you just sit there on mushrooms just talking and you're like, dude, I just did an hour and a half.
It was my girlfriend recording it for, she had a museum show, visual art museum show in Amsterdam, and she had my words playing during it. And they're foreign, so, if I talk about living in a tornado made out of apples, their perception of it is different.
It should be noted that this is the same gentleman that Don Barris talked to about, because you really freaked out Don Barris one night. Like, he's scared of you. I think you're... like, he showed us pictures and stuff.
You know who Don Barris is?
I saw him, and the only question I said is, do you feel at all guilty for making a movie where you exploit somebody who's trying? Which, maybe, but then he said, no, he's an asshole. I don't know if you guys know, I made this movie.
Oh yeah, we definitely know the hit movie Windy City Heat.
It's hilarious.
Of course,
It's really
yes.
funny.
Yeah, it's an amazing, huge cult classic. And again, it's another comedian's. Yeah, sure.
Hold, wait, don't drop. Go back. I didn't get a chance to talk, right? Hold on, right?
Okay,
Okay, now watch it. No, I can't get my coffee. I'll tell you why.
Because you forgot to say soy because you're allergic to milk.
All right, well, again, let's just go back to this. I'm a good person. I'm hosting and running the Oddball Festival.
I love how you're getting promotions as this podcast moves
So
forward.
this is what I think.
Now you're running it?
When I saw Richard Cody, when I saw Cody take the stage, the first thing I wanted to say to him, Josh, where's my coffee? So that's a funny bit. Again, but you want to
Bring
make
Josh up here so people can see exactly what's going on. Stand next to him.
What do I know about
Stand next
comedy?
to him.
Well, what do I know?
And turn around towards the crowd. There you go. Can we get some blue spray paint for the front of Josh's hair?
So guys, didn't that kind of made that happen?
Totally.
I'm doing you favors, even though I was a cold beginning before. Now, Gitlin, what's your name? Trenton. I like what you did. You got a style. I have the similar group of shoes. They're comfortable. You came up, you took the mic, you did your stuff. I can't go into material. I understand how that works necessarily, but your demeanor, your look, your confidence, it's all good. So just keep doing it. Talk to Tony, these guys like that about, I guess, writing more jokes. But the character, you should be booking commercials. I don't know if you already are. I see you doing commercials. That's right. I look at when the guys come up here, the overall thing. So confidence, you seem to have it. Look, you have it. Look into commercials as well. You can do both.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There he goes.
I was in a hangover, so I know how casting.
Yeah, he should definitely try to get a commercial agent.
Yeah, he's got a good look. That's what you got to do to work in this town.
It's true. People with faces like mine don't get beer selling commercials.
Your watch is freaking me out, by the way. That is a crazy watch.
I'm so excited about this one. I have this new obsession of, I guess I'll talk about it, a new obsession of going on Amazon and trying to find the coolest watches that I could find for under $10. And this one here, it takes like 3 or 4 weeks to even get these things because they're so made in China. They come in like 7 different little boxes. It takes like an hour to open it. And then you end up with this watch right here that has the time, the Chinese time, which I'll never use, on that bottom left dial. Bottom right is a compass, and top left is a thermometer. I can actually tell what temperature is just by looking at my wrist. Crazy part is that it's 2013, so every time I have to look for the time, even though I'm wearing this fucking machine on my wrist, I still just grab my phone and I'm like, what time is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
it has everything on it.
Tony,
So
they
just
find
out of
that.
habit.
They find that buried with the Titanic. That thing is
Yeah, there you go.
no
I
laugh.
mean, that one really wasn't that.
I know, but the idea was Titanic. You see the connection. One last thing. Here's the deal. I'm a good guy. I've been traveling all the time. I'm in town only for a couple days, cleaning up my apartment, running errands. If I say something, it may not be funny to you, you may not get it, but if I'm saying, attempting, just give me a chuckle. And then we'll avoid these moments. Trust me. You saw the coffee bit, the connection with the Josh? That was
How
all,
did you
that was all
time
me.
that out when I'm pulling random names out of it? You can't take credit for that.
I will. I did.
Your coffee came and the guy that looked just like him were on stage.
Because I put out positive energy and those things happen. I've seen signs my whole life. I have a learning disability. I'm from Reseda, but somehow I can't not work in this town.
Steven, Brody, Stevens,
You got it. Let's bring up the next guy.
We are off and running, thunder and lightning. Sarah Wineshank. Oh, shit. That's right. Damn.
What's up, everyone? Guys, I'm going to talk to you about how I think ranch dressing people are the worst. They always got to let everyone know that they're a ranch dressing person. Excuse me, waiter. I ordered pizza. Can I get some ranch? Waiter. I ordered fries. Can I get some ranch? Nuggets. I'm going to get ranch. Jack in the Box drive-thru. Extra ranch? Guys, I want you to imagine being on a date with a fat white bitch eating a lot of ranch. You gotta eat all that ranch, or can I get some of that? Like, what is ranch? Someone was like, oh, this mayo doesn't have enough flavor. Let's throw some seasonings in it. Called it ranch. Ketchup. People who like ketchup. There was the weird, picky little kid eaters. I don't want anything on my cheeseburger, just cheese with the bun and the meat. And a little bit of ketchup.
There you go. I love what you're doing now. You're staying in the pocket with the ranch, and I love that. And I feel like it's almost one of those things, even though very rarely on this show do I see something that a comedian's talking about that is an exact topic of something that I once wanted to talk about. But I actually felt that with your ranch dressing thing. It seems like the type of thing that someone could have, it just feels like a premise that could be this crazy joke that people know you by. Because ranch is a crazy part. It's one of those interesting parts of life that, and more and more, it just seems like it's a regular condiment that somebody's wanting.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot there.
How long have you been doing comedy?
3 years.
How was that bit, a ranch bit?
I've been working on it for 2 months.
Right, there's definitely something.
It seems like the beginning was good, and then you went into that, chicken nuggets and all that. It seemed really long. I would just take that whole thing out and just make it one sentence. Where they get ranch for chicken nuggets, fries, make it all one thing instead of acting out. You just think, because you kind of lost me there.
Okay.
But then you got back into it right after that
Yeah,
part.
I normally do ranch, and I start on that, and I go into how those people listen to Jimmy Buffett, and that's
That seems like a great approach. By the way, I don't know what room you did that in front of that didn't laugh, but that seems like it would be a huge part of it.
Hey, do you even do ranch for buffalo wings? Because Joey Diaz, he doesn't like that. People like that. He like blue cheese.
Yeah, for sure. I could do that.
Oh my god.
Can I talk?
You don't have to ask permission to fucking talk.
Why
You're a
wait?
guest on the show. Will you stop that?
Don't you dare take that tone with me.
Can I talk every single time?
I'm asking. I'm a nice guy.
Is that what you do? Is that what you're gonna do if
You
you're
know what
on
I
Letterman-
wanted?
If you're on Letterman's couch, David, can I get a word in? What are you trying to do? A show?
That would be funny. That would work it out ahead of time. The reason why I wanted to do something with Tony, just something that's funny. All right, good stuff, good energy. You went right into it. I'm thinking of ranch dressing and so on. So obviously you're doing something like that. Your confidence, you're branding it. I like it. I like the fact that you get up here and you're doing the 1 minute bit. You got to flesh it out. Just keep doing it. Again, I'm not a specific comedy guy. You know, the material, I'll leave it up to these guys. But good, yeah, good stage presence, likable. You know, I say keep doing it.
Thank you.
There's something in the range. And I think you're on the right track when you go with, you know, somebody says, mayonnaise isn't good enough. I think that still sounds like the beginning of it, but I didn't feel like the end was right. You know, it's like, it almost seems like it would,
You say mix it with spices, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you could add to it like I want mayonnaise, but I want it a little bit more sour mixed with spices or something like, you know what I mean? Like,
Sour.
yeah.
I think it's
it's
Saddle
like,
Ranch.
It's like somebody
That's what I was
said.
thinking. That's how my mind
That's it.
works. But
Yeah.
who am I?
That's it.
It's work for free. You know?
It's also like the people.
I feel like the person would say something like, you know, this ranch is good, or I mean, this mayonnaise is good, but like, can you crumble some salt and vinegar chips in it, or something like? You have to have a reference. It's not that, but some kind of reference that's funny with flavor, like something,
Okay.
some Billy Goat fucking.
Didn't Blink-182 have an album called Dude Ranch? See, ranch, it gets me going. That's how I write. I just take words and push visuals, link them together. What's your name?
Sarah.
Good name. What's your last name?
Wine Shank.
I like the name. It's
Thank
memorable.
you.
It's easy to say. Got a good look. It's people are gonna like you. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Very German name.
Thanks. Yeah, German.
And I'm Jewish, and that's okay.
I'm from Encino.
Really?
Oh, Tarzana.
connection.
Yeah.
You got it.
That's what
Emily.
That's what every German person says when
Yeah.
when they are in front of their Jewish person who they've been targeting and they know where he's from. It's all right. I'm from where you're from.
Could be.
I'm going to kill you. Encino.
It's a German name, but she might be Jewish.
Yeah, my dad's a Jew.
Bingo! Nailed it.
German
I know my
Jew.
neighborhood. Don't talk back to the audience and Tony.
I was going to say, it sounds German, but there's also something very Jewy about the name, too. Wine.
That was my joke, and then
Oh.
she said she was German. And I'm like, holy shit, that didn't work. 'Cause that sounds.
Well, it's interesting. It's like, it is, because it's one of those names that it sounds both Jewy, like it starts completely Jewy with the wine.
Yeah.
Oh, wine, oh, boy, everything's so terrible. And then it gets German, yeah, Jewy.
Hey, that's racist, Tony.
Oh, no, it's
No,
Jewy.
it's right.
Okay, go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah.
Whatever works or works.
I've never met a white guy with the last name Clinkscale. Like, those are my black friends, and that's a black last name, and black people know that too. That doesn't make it racist. There's a Jewish person that
You said
thinks I'm being
Jewy. You said
overly
Jewy, and I took offense. to
very
it.
Jewy. The word wine.
Jewish. Say it's very Jewish. Say that.
So my Jewish friends can say Jewy, but I can't.
They can? Yes. You
You're
want to get into
saying-
the N-word battle and get uncomfortable?
Anyway, the last part's very German with the shank. Like, it's like, I'm gonna shank you, like evil. I'm a German. So
Wait.
it's like wine shank.
Why is it evil?
You have the most German last name. Yours is just creepy.
Reichel? Like the third Reichel?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Why would I ever
like you have
change
like
that?
one of the you have like the Third Reich is like the whole thing,
I know.
and that's basically your last name.
Yeah. That's why I changed
It's
it
like
to Red Man.
it's like my name being Tony
I
Holocaust.
know.
All right.
I'll see you guys later. You know.
Sarah Wine Shank, she's at Princess Shank on Twitter. I say, you know, it's one of those things where you can shorten it. It's so bizarre because you can shorten it in some places, but you can make it longer in others. I say stay in the ranch dressing pocket
Okay.
and try to write the perfect huge thing on ranch dressing.
Yeah. I'm working on
You could
it.
be the condiment comedian. You can
Yeah.
go with ketchup after that, mustard
Yeah.
jokes, just like, hey, what's up with this mustard? It's not just a guy on Clue. All right, I don't know.
Yeah, mustard and relish are hard.
Clujo Crew.
All right.
There she goes. It's Sarah Weinshank,
Thank you,
everybody.
guys.
Thank you so much. Oh yeah, it even says Jimmy Buffett on the topic thing that is part of the sign-up sheet. It says ranch dressing and Jimmy Buffett. But we didn't get to the Jimmy Buffett part, which Jimmy Buffett's also interesting because his big song is Cheeseburgers in Paradise, which needs a condiment, right? So it all goes together.
Actually, I was remember that they do this jewelry because they didn't. I'm going to keep it.
What?
It's gold.
What is it?
Good found
It's
jewelry.
gold. If you I'm gonna keep it. I'm a size up.
All
Did
right.
anyone lose any gold? Check for necklaces, bracelets,
Still has a
wallets.
chance. If you have any gold or you came in with any gold, it's probably your gold. Because I know for a fact not many young comedians have gold on them. So, Lainey, it's not you. There you go. For you podcast listeners out there in Canada and Finland, that was a homeless guy saying that he found a piece of jewelry, and if nobody claims it, he's going to keep it. That's what just happened. So I don't know how to say that in Hollandaise, but put your hands together for Dave Gregory. Oh yeah, here he is. Keep going for Dave Gregory.
So I have diabetes. I know what you're thinking. Diabetes didn't make me black. I used to be a Filipino woman. But I ain't telling people I have diabetes. And anytime I do, they feel if you start listing off foods that I can't eat, like I don't know what to put in my fucking body. Like, oh, you got diabetes? Damn, this sucks, man. So you can't eat anything. You can't eat carbs. You can't eat lollipops. You can't eat bacon. I don't know what I'd do if I couldn't eat bacon, man. I think I just died. Like, why the fuck do they do that? Do this shit to blind people? It's like, you blind, dude? Dang, man, this sucks, man. So you can't see anything, man. You can't see colors. You can't see rainbows. You can't see bacon. Dang, man. I know that you can see bacon, man. So annoying. I think that's it. I have another joke, but I don't really think they're there. So yeah.
The diabetes right out of the gate, that's brave, that's setting the foundation. I liked it, good personality, good style. The diabetes, it's educational too, People don't know all about diabetes. That's another thing,
I said it's a black disease, I'm just being stupid. Yeah.
My sister has diabetes, actually.
Nice.
She's black.
My cat looks like it has diabetes.
You have a black cat?
No, it just has that Wilford Brimley look.
I just liked it because if you're willing to talk about it, you can also educate people on diabetes.
Right. It definitely establishes. It's a great. It's a great way in. Anything that only certain people can talk about is awesome. And I love the approach that you have there, because it seems like so wrong to say to a blind person to start listing the things that they can't see. Did it end in rainbow? Was that the third one, or was
No,
it
it was
just
bacon.
two? Oh, bacon was the third one, right?
I actually switched to list random. I don't know why. Because what I was going to do was list the foods the second time as foods you can't see, as opposed to what visual people
Right,
see.
that's what I was just thinking,
I was
actually. Have
gonna
you
do
tried it that way before?
I've never tried it. I was given a note by this dude. He was like, you should try doing food the second time as what blind people can't see instead of like sunsets and shit like
And you could also leave that be the third one on the food one. It could be the same foods. You can't eat bread, you can't eat pasta, or whatever the thing is, because I don't know. Because luckily I don't have diabetes.
That must be good.
Yeah. It's really good. This is a coffee and a Crown & Coke. So I'm probably going to be asking you what I should be eating in about 2 weeks. If
Hey, no problem, man. You got my Twitter, dude. So,
You know when women have diabetes, they get like nonstop yeast infections? Like their pussies are pretty much fucked.
Are you making that up right now?
No.
I always wonder what the grossest shit I can find out.
I never heard that.
I didn't read it, I experienced it.
You just fucked around with the wrong chick to this.
Okay. Maybe she
I
lied.
heard that shit.
Heck yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, you got to do your research on diabetic women.
That's that sugar pussy. That's what they call it.
Yeah, it's that sugar pussy. Well, I guess that's what it is. Like their body makes too much fucking shit. Candy.
You know nothing about diabetes.
I know.
What do you think? Candy comes out of their vagina?
It makes it.
My blood still tastes salty. It's
That
not
is-
like it tastes like sugar. It's just.
I highly doubt that a yeast infection tastes like Sour Patch Kids.
No, it doesn't taste like Sour Patch Kids. No, you're wrong. It tastes way worse than that. That'd be awesome.
It's a ratchet girl you were fucking with. Not
A ratchet?
Oh, yeah. Brian Ratchet.
Ghetto is Ratchet.
Oh,
yeah.
you might be right.
We call him on the around the comedy club.
She just happened to have diabetes.
We call him Ratchet House Brian.
Ratchet House Brian.
Do you have to do the shot thing every day?
I'm on the pump, man.
What's the pump?
Oh
yeah.
shit! Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
That's way better, right?
It's a lot better, man. It's more convenient.
Now, did you unplug that thing?
Yeah.
It's like a gun shop. It's like a gun.
It's not anything graphic, bro. It's just it's more convenient, but like but the shots were a bitch, man. Because I've had it since I was like 13, and so
Right.
like just keep doing the shots. And I actually just came out telling people that I had diabetes in the past few years.
Oh wow.
So it was very tough for me to talk about.
You came
first
out of the
time.
diabetic closet.
Yeah, it was like coming out, you know. Just it was tough because like people that know me for years never knew. People that live with me didn't even know I had diabetes. That's how much of a secret I kept it, you know. So like I'm like, let me try to make some money off of this shit. So.
Yeah.
Can you get rid of diabetes?
You can get rid of type 2, and there's theories you can get rid of type 1, but essentially type 1 is where the pancreas doesn't work anymore, and type 2 is where the pancreas does work, but the body is not accepting the glucose or the insulin that the body's shooting to get to the glucose to use as energy and stuff, and it's all this biological, technical shit.
Wow. I have type writer diabetes.
Type writer, what is that?
Just made it up. Wordplay. No laughs there. Well, again.
So your blood sugar goes up when you type? Is that what you're saying?
No, my sister has the same package. She has one on, a similar one. She wears that, and took her backstage to the Oddball Comedy Festival.
You ever accidentally, had something sweet that like? Do you ever just like blank out? Like, how long have you known that you've been diabetic? Like,
I found out when I was 12. I was diagnosed at 13 officially.
Right when people love candy the most.
Well, I've never been a candy person. What happened is, like, I guess I was more like the breads and pastas type thing.
Yeah.
And like, I guess I've had a few scares. Like, I had to walk home. I had to walk home from work, and it was like a 5-mile trek at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And like, I kept this thing on, and I almost passed out on like walking home. And I'm like, my phone was dead, and I'm like, holy shit. And luckily there was a 7-Eleven. And in my head, I'm like, I hope that 7-Eleven is not a mirage. I hope it's real. I hope it's real. I mean, it's like scary shit. And it's like, the scary thing about having a low blood sugar is that it's really close to death. And as many as, you never get used to getting close to death. As many low blood sugars I've had, it's like you're always facing death. You're like, oh shit. It's like continuous.
So you passed out before?
I've never passed out. I've lucked out without passing out. Yeah, and like, because I mean, like I wake up in the morning, like sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, like sweating and cold. I'm like, I need to get some sugar. So it's just like, I've lucked out completely.
Wow.
Like seriously.
You know, it's really weird, because I told you guys I was a DJ in Dallas. I did karaoke sometimes. And one time there was a guy there that passed out.
Yeah.
And we were trying to give him some like orange juice and some Coke, and he didn't want it. And he passed out, and then he finally took some. And that's when I learned about diabetes. It's a very strange disease.
The Iron Patriot, as always, with
Okay.
Story.
Yeah. I want to. Can I do an impersonation? Because I wanted to do one because I saw him there.
Of the Iron Patriot?
No, it's a Optimus Prime, but it made me think. Oh yes. You want to hear it? Okay. Before time began, there was the cube. We know not where it comes from, only that it has the power to create worlds and fill them with life. I just felt like doing that.
Crowd goes crazy.
You gotta do that in your bit somehow, talking about diabetes or something like that.
It's a bit though.
Oh, cool. That's awesome, man. Wow. Nerd boner. Oh, his Twitter is I am Dave Gregory on Twitter.
That's it. I am Dave Gregory.
That's right.
You'd be like Diabetic Dave.
Diabetic Dave.
So you guys like when I'm mean like that? Is that what you want?
That was a good one.
That was a good joke. Good stuff. All right, let's keep it moving. Push.
Eric Carter.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
God damn, that's me. I got here a little late, and they might have already announced my damn name, and here I am.
On a fucking podcast. I don't even know what that is. Oh, I got to do an act. I thought y'all were going to ask me questions. I thought it was a press conference. How we doing tonight? Hell yeah. I just came out here from Mississippi. I had a fist fight and pelvic thrust through. I just spit on you, lady. I had a fist fight and pelvic thrust in Louisiana, Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona. Here in Southern California now. But being a Southern man, I'm also a family man. I love my daddy. I love my mama. I love my brother. And I love my sister. I loved my sister until the bitch broke up with me. Man, I'm also a Southern stud as well. Fucked every girl in my family tree. But you know, I live in red states and I live in blue states. And I want to educate you on this.
All right. Fuck yeah. How long? Oh man.
I saw you at the fight last night. You was doing the press conferences with all those prize winner fighters.
How long have you been in Los Angeles?
Well, I'm actually in Dana Point, but I've been in California for 2 months.
Holy shit.
I'm here.
Oh, fuck yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I like your style, man. Your cadence is very blue collar comedy.
Thank you. Well,
Are you wearing pajama pants or are those hospital pants?
no, I bought things for some German lady in Hermosa Beach, and she owns one of those new age mystical clothing stores. And I figured they're good Coke pants when I go to Miami.
Coke pants.
Yeah, when you go on the ship and do some lines.
Yeah, that's like Miami Vice.
Yeah.
I don't know about this. I don't know about this.
Because I got my meth jeans, but I left those at home.
Tony touched. What's your name again?
Eric Carter.
Eric. Yeah, you speak well.
Thank you.
Got a likable energy. I would say you don't have to be so. I mean, I'm not into the hard edge stuff. It doesn't match you. That's my
Okay.
opinion. You're like a likable guy. Southern, you can play. I'm not telling you how to do your act, but I can see there's so many different ways to go. Meaning, like you'd be the Southern guy who lives in San Diego. I don't want to get into that, but I'm looking at the positives. Meaning, you speak well, you have confidence, a little bit of a character there. So there's something, but you know, I'm just not into the harsh. You're gonna go further up front, I think, without doing the cocaine stuff. You can, but make sure it's right on, and there's smart cocaine jokes, and then, you know, the stuff with the sister, that's been done before.
Right,
you know?
yeah, I definitely lose that. Did you do comedy in Mississippi?
No, I've never done comedy till tonight.
They don't have a
This
license.
is your first time, or did you go up?
Give him a nice hand. First
Fuck
time.
yeah, well, in that case, that's always good to know. Hell yeah.
Yeah, for your first time, that's not bad.
Thank you.
Right, and I wouldn't do that set again.
I won't.
But
Forget about it in 5 minutes.
great. Hell yeah. It's 5 minutes longer than we remembered. But no, what's great is that you know, you have such a style too. Just Mississippi, just just fucking, it's unbelievable and it's priceless. And people wish, you know, I've met so many people starting on comedy that wish that they had a viewpoint like that, like just somewhere to jump off of. Like you can play that Billy Goat fucking. You could play idiot for the rest of your life. Or you could try to be like other people and you'll be one of those people that's out here for 19 years before you book an extra casting role. You're gonna end up in some fucking, you know, play the idiot. You got here a little bit late because, you know, they've already casted and filmed the last season of Breaking Bad. And you have a great look for that. I mean, there's gonna be something that pops up. You know what I mean? And so it's good that you're in the game. It's much more fun than being in Mississippi.
Absolutely, it's boring.
Hell yeah. What are you doing? Like, how do you make your money out here? You just got here 2 months ago.
He's in the military.
No, my brother served, but I never served. I just drifted.
picked up on that.
Thank you, buddy. I just drifted out here, man. Just left the trailer park and said fuck it, and just came out to California. Didn't have nothing else to do.
Wow.
Here I am talking to you.
Keep it real.
Damn
Keep
right.
doing that.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I love it. No, but it's
Someone
great.
told me there was something going on here, and I showed up.
Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing the first time or after the first time. It takes tons and tons of times, but I'll tell you, you're already ahead of the curve because most people think that they have things figured out after their first time. And the fact that, you know, you're smiling and you're not taking it too seriously gives you a huge edge over people that, you know, get nervous and don't believe in trusting their instincts. So good luck with everything. I'm so glad that everything started here. Please come back, sign up again. That's Eric Carter at Very Nice to See You.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, Eric. I can't believe you bought those pants.
Did you need a shower or something?
Huh?
We have showers here. What do you need?
Oh, no, I'm good.
He lives in Dana
We
Point.
left the mobile home.
Well, I left the mobile home.
course
Some
you left the
ladies
mobile
let me live with her in Dana Point, and I just kind of fuck around.
How's your water pressure?
Oh, it's good. A lot better than the outhouse back at home.
Oh my god. That's all the shit you gotta be talking about. Mobile home, outhouse.
Have you
all
heard?
that.
Have you heard of Wi-Fi? You know what that is?
That's some martial arts.
That's funny. Guys, trust me. I know what I'm doing. How many shows I worked at that were just starting out, there were nothing that have gone on to create millionaires? A lot. I know what I'm doing. All right, you're a good job. Good job. Just keep doing it.
That is a permanent one, by the way. Take the Wi-Fi thing, you know what I mean? Say, you know, somebody asked me if I know what Wi-Fi was, and something like, you know, I'm like, is that martial arts? You know what I mean? Like, you can take what you're given. You know what I mean? There he goes. At Eric, call me EC on Twitter. Eric Carter.
Please follow me.
Go back to your seat, Eric. Go back to your fucking seat.
Call me maybe.
You're not in Mississippi anymore.
Welcome to paved road.
Welcome to Hollywood.
And third grade education. Reading the USA Today.
I never got an answer of what he did for work, right?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Probably works at a beach shop or a coffee. Where do you work, Eric?
Who, me?
Yeah, coffee house.
What was the last job you had for
dishwasher
money?
in Dana Point.
What's that?
I'm a dishwasher. Work with a bunch of Mexicans.
Dishwasher. Holy shit.
At what norms?
Huh?
At what norms?
I don't know what that means.
Oh. Might want to keep it that way.
Dishwasher. Taking a job from a Mexican. How dare you? All right, everybody. You know what? We should probably move on to our final segment of the show for time, right? Sorry to all the comedians that didn't get up. It seems like a lot. We spent a lot of time on people tonight. Sorry for you guys who signed up that didn't get up. We're going to move on to our final segment of the show, which is always exciting and fun. There's two lovely young ladies that are part of every single show that we've had, and they've been being built here 60 seconds a week for 16 weeks. This is their 16th show. And so let's flip it this time. And going first tonight from the great state of Florida, she dropped out of college to pursue her stand-up comedy career. And that all started here in this room. Put your hands together for our friend and yours, the one and only Kimberly Comden.
So, I recently started dating someone new, and I'm really excited about it. I think that the best part of having a new boyfriend is pretending that I'm sane in the beginning. I'm like, oh, you got blacked out last night? That's so funny. No, yeah, your friend Kate is so cute. I want to go down on you. But realistically, like 2 months later, phone rings, he hits decline, and I'm like, who's mom? I bet it's your little friend Kate, huh? It's because you drink so much. He's like, because I don't go down on you? That's it.
There you go. And you did. Coming in at 43.6 seconds on the clock. But at least
It's a new one.
At least it's a new one, you know? I would make the examples funnier.
Yeah, it's really new.
And
Like
the
this
going
one.
down, I'd keep the going down on you thing, but I would switch the two of both things.
Cool.
Because that's a potential for 4 more laughs that you have there. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
just because it's a rule of 3 type of thing doesn't mean that the first 2 can't be funny as well.
Gotcha.
And everything starts as sort of a one-liner sometimes, unless you take that approach. Anyway, point being that that's a good new thing. What was the? Oh yeah, I also feel like originally when you started it talking about pretending to be sane. I mean, you can give that example later, but I also feel like there's something to be acknowledged in, like, it's almost like how when people wake up in the morning to a phone call, they don't want to sound like they just woke up. Like everybody tries to do a normal voice.
Gotcha.
I feel like there's something in comparing that to that.
Cool.
Pretending to be sane, almost like how you clear your throat to try to get the grogginess out in the morning, and you'll cover the phone or something like that. And I feel like fighting that type of thing with craziness is interesting too.
Gotcha.
You slaughtered last week. Oh yeah, Brody. Did you go?
No, I didn't. I liked it. I mean, I don't know what the whole process is exactly.
You make it, Brody.
Is there any way you can remove the Afghan?
Stop that right now.
Kidding. I'm just looking at the big picture. All right.
Afghan?
Again, I know it's a new thing, but just like overseeing it all, I felt like, yeah, there was a bit there. There was a beginning, there was a middle, there was an end. So I compliment and commend you for that. And, keep listening to Tony on that. And, yeah, I see I see other things. I see the likability. I see the smiling, and that's what I would say. All the comedians I see here tonight, they really have a good, got a good voice, good point of view. So,
have you ever had a bit about how women are a certain way and men are a certain way or anything like that? Like I notice you don't talk very much about.
Well, I'm a eunuch, so not really. No, I don't view the men and the women are a certain way and this and that. I'm just kind of like in the moment. I'm like Johnny Manziel. And, I played baseball. I was a failed pitcher. Thanks a lot, Patriot. So I kind of do it that way. But yeah, I mean, there's so many different forms of comedy. Yeah, there's different, the guys versus the girls and this and that. I just feel. I've studied so much on comedy. I always tell the new comedians. It's stage time and jokes. Can't go wrong with that, and that's what we're doing here tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
I give you the overall opinion. I'm the guy who's working. Tony works. Brian, obviously, we're working, but I see the overall, the big picture.
And Kimberly, you've been doing a lot of spots, a lot of stage time lately, right?
Yep.
And you're likable. That's a good thing.
I noticed that all your bits have you playing a character.
Oh, yeah.
You notice that? Like every time you're always just like you're acting stuff out.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to like do bits that aren't?
Stay away from that.
No, just switch it up.
No, it could be part of your. It could also be part of your natural thing.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I mean?
think that's just like how when I sit down and write jokes, that's how I write.
Right. You become whatever is in the joke, which is perfectly fine. Like that's right. That's just part of your thing. We're just making sure that you're aware of that, and you have to know that to be committed to it for the long term, because you don't want to be one-dimensional if it's something that it's not that it is one-dimensional, but you don't want to develop a comedy voice that you don't want to be doing for an hour a night down the road.
Gotcha.
So you talk about going down. How does that start? What's the idea?
I just start like I'm basically trying to say how girls try to act real cool in the beginning. Like, yeah, no, I don't care. Yeah, did you see that girl? She had really nice tits. And then after a few months, you're like, don't look at her. Like how it changes.
Yeah, it's your fucking trick that you guys all do.
Yeah, no, we all do it.
I really dig in. I wouldn't try to make it easy. I would use examples that you actually know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it almost seems like you're playing to, these are things, and that part's sort of been done.
Okay.
But if you can dig in and make it, you're 22, right?
Yeah.
If you can give a 22-year-old's version of, and you're actually in the game, you're a cute 22-year-old, there's millionaires around Hollywood that you could probably just con over at any given point. Guys that have their own television shows coming out this December 1st.
Univision. Now you're with me.
So, if you can figure out like things, even if you haven't done them in real life, things that you would do, or like
Right.
specific
Right.
conny fucking examples, because I think that's what'll make it funny and original.
Cool.
But as far as it goes, as always, great work. There she is, Kimberly Congdon. That's at Kimberly Congdon on Twitter, correct? Yeah. CONGDON.
She's adorable.
She really is. And as always, our other lovely lady we've been constructing here. Always interesting to see what she's coming up with each week. Here she is, Sarah Mostajabi.
What's up, guys? So, I'm bisexual. Or a complete slut. I don't know. One of the two. My sexual preference is most easily defined by the early 2000s cartoon Cat Dog. I would have both if I could. I actually went out with this girl last week. We used to go out last year. We broke up because this guy came into the picture and gave her a bunch of things that I couldn't. A house, a Porsche, a dick. And we went out, and what sucks is that I've been on both sides of the street, and so I've done the tricks, I've been the trick. And we were walking around, and everything's great, and we're like holding hands, we're kissing, and it's like going so good, and then I get the, I'm so glad you're here for me as a friend speech. And I'm like, well, I know who's not getting any pussy tonight. All right. But immediately she follows that up with, hey, let's go to the strip club. And I said, I love you.
First started with the bear and then went to the cat.
I immediately get that bear going.
Okay. Well, other than the fact that you just made the bear come in a minute and 7 seconds,
I like your nipple shadow.
yeah, that's something you gotta look out for, man. We have this repeating problem with you.
You guys are just so fucking turned on by me that it doesn't matter what I wear, what I do, it's too fucking much.
No,
It's not my fault.
your nipples are popping out of your
No,
shirt.
they're not, dude.
There you go. And that guy's in the back of the room for you listeners on the other side of the world. You're not going to fool us. You said this. If you really want to get into it, I mean, don't let me bring it up. The camel toe incident of 2 weeks ago. You said at first you said there was no camel toe, and then you admitted later that there was a camel toe.
No, I just said I wasn't wearing panties, so like maybe you saw the outline.
Of course we
Yeah,
did.
of
You were wearing
course we did.
skin-tight yoga pants.
Yeah,
with
and
no
so did
panties
the guy in
underneath.
the back of the room that night too. Like it was a whole thing. You don't want distractions. And then,
Okay, in my opinion, when I got dressed today and it was hot outside.
Stop. And the fact that we're covering that and not the material, which isn't bad, is a huge thing. So what you're left with is a common sense situation of you don't want to have a camel toe, you don't want to have your nipples showing. These are common sense things. What would suck is if we're like all of your jokes are fucking terrible. But instead, you're building and you're doing something, but you're still trying to, or if you're not trying to, then you need to find a mirror.
T-shirt and a
Can I raise my hand?
Welcome to
Can I raise my hand?
Welcome to Hollywood. You need a full-size mirror in your apartment.
Can I raise my hand?
No camel toes in Hollywood.
I have no problem with the camel toe. I have no problem.
Brody takes
What?
the "I want you to fail" approach.
I don't want her to fail.
You asked
You
asked Kimberly to take off her Afghan.
That was a joke.
Why are you crying,
Could you?
Sarah? Sarah's the first ever crier on Kill Tony.
I'm not crying, I'm just like, I'm trying so hard and I didn't...
Well, you did good, but the whole time I'm looking at your nipples while we're saying.
Yeah, you did
Can I-
good.
can I raise
why,
my
why are
hand?
you so offended of us telling you that your nipples are popping out of
When
your
I got dressed
shirt?
today and it was 110 degrees outside, it wasn't cold in here like it was in here.
And this is where you come to learn.
And
Yeah, blah blah blah. This is where you come to learn. Your nipples can't be out when you're
I
doing
don't
comedy.
mind it. I see a lot of comedy. I'm okay with it.
Brody, you're giving terrible advice.
I don't think if you got you
And-
Sarah
and-
Silverman's nipples
all
never
I
show.
know is
Never.
that even though you guys are
Absolutely.
Chelsea
distracted by
Peretti,
my...
her nipples never show.
Never, definitely not.
I'm
Even
gonna
though you
walk.
guys are fucking distracted by my nipples, people still laughed at what I said.
But they would laugh
So-
harder if your nipples aren't showing. Do you really think you're right about
I think
this?
they would laugh harder if the jokes were when they get better and your nipples are showing. That's funnier.
It's actually not, Brody.
I think it is.
extreme pent-up sexual tensions.
Well, the audience applauded me. The first time this audience applauded me, Tony. If you have, I'm saying like, look, ideally speaking, yes.
Brody's taking a stance on a joke, by the way, for you clappers out there. Actually, what are you saying, that the more naked the female comedian, the better that it is?
I think it's funny if you've got good jokes and you're a good comedian and you're up there with a camel toe. I think it's funny. It adds a layer.
Are you saying yes. You don't think it's a distraction? Meanwhile, you'll tell the guy that's wearing a Kenny Powers shirt that that's a distraction. But
because you're looking at a message, you're reading something. The nipple is like,
oh, you're reading a camel toe. You should have seen these pants from 2 weeks ago.
I'm just giving you my opinion. That's what it's all about. We don't have to agree on everything. I don't mind it.
Why the tears, Sarah Mostajabi? You're being built in a war zone for 16 weeks.
I take it up the ass from you guys every week. I get it, but
no, you really don't. First of all, second of all, if you do, it's because it's unacceptable, and we want you to be good. It doesn't end up working for us if we end up. Hey, look what we're building every week here.
You guys can just talk to me about my fucking jokes. Like I don't like.
But you're just
tell me about that afterwards. You always do this. You always fucking talk to me how I'm dressed, and we go outside and you tell me about my jokes. Like, why do you tell me I jokes?
I don't want to talk to you outside. First of all,
you always do.
No, you come up to me. Second of all, this isn't. Stop talking, Sarah. Stop talking.
Let's hear the jokes.
Let's hear about the jokes.
We already heard the jokes.
No, we want to hear about them.
Seriously.
I wasn't paying attention.
What you two hecklers don't realize, you two uneducated hecklers.
Let's take a vote. Who saw nipples? Who heard jokes? I saw nipples. I heard
jokes.
Who
saw nipples?
These are people from the back of the room. Like it's fun. Are you friends with Sarah? Do you know her?
No, but I'm saying like really.
Yes. Honestly, the whole first half of her bit, I was looking at her nipples, so I could see her nipples.
The reason why it's not good for a female comedian's nipples to be showing is because it is a distraction to the overall stand-up comedy. Whether it is to you or not, it doesn't matter.
But if her
all the guys around
her jokes and her persona
which is
and her
fine.
point of view,
and if those are getting
strong,
if those are getting chuckles, then it would kill if her nipples weren't showing.
Well, let her build up
and
the
that's
bits.
My point.
It's going to be a harder road, but let her build up. Let her be herself.
I said the bits are good.
Oh, then
I don't have to write tags every week for you.
No,
I don't think you understand what the show is. It's us helping you get better at the overall thing. It's not about just jokes. And it's you and Kimberly. It's an entire thing. The fact that she smiles and is likable and doesn't have nipples showing wouldn't be part of something that we cover with her.
I'm okay with the nipples and the camel toe. Keep all the jokes.
What you don't know is that this is evolved from her wearing, stirrups and short skirts with her underwear showing. It's a whole thing. It's a whole rigmarole.
And we're not saying anything bad about nipples, and you look fucking hot as hell. We're trying to tell you that you're so hot that you need to fucking not have your nipples and your pussy showing because we want to hear your jokes.
What's these so harsh in here?
No, because these are people that are regulars on the show. It's absolutely true. We need Kimberly and Sarah to come out of this being two of the best female stand-up comedians in the world. And if instead one of them looks like a stripper on stage, it doesn't work. And it's taken a long evolution.
I think it does work if your jokes
You're wrong. Name one that's successful.
Felicia Michaels was.
You just said was.
Well, she stopped,
Name one that's successful. Name the person, and name the female comedian who's purposefully sexy on stage that is successful.
Eliza Schlesinger, isn't she sexy?
She dresses down on stage.
Dresses down 100% of the time. Name another one.
A lot of the African American comedians, they're looking good.
They can't help it. They can't help it.
Go to your jokes as a safety approach because I'm winning this argument.
All I know is I go on the road. We had a very funny comedian in Chicago, huge breasts, high heels. She had a point of view, jokes, and crushed it.
What's her name?
Forget.
Exactly.
Well, I have a bad memory.
Because you're looking at
This has been a fun episode of Kill Tony.
Well, this is what it's all about, having a debate. That was just my opinion. I love you guys.
Absolutely. I mean, you took the wrong end of the debate. You could have used your common sense and your comedy education and not left us seeming like two bad guys.
You're not bad
But
guys.
it also
But what am I supposed to go down that road and say something that I don't agree with?
No. but you should agree with it. You can't name one successful comedian that dresses sexy that's a female.
Maybe she's going to be that trailblazer.
That's absolutely impossible.
I disagree. I wear shorts on stage, Tony. I wear fucking glasses. I don't even need them. I'm working.
Anything you want to promote, Brody?
I wear a white G-Shock. I'm 43.
I have a purple one. I'm 39.
There you go. So you can be different, but it is about
It's
the jokes.
not about being different. There's a difference between being different and trying to be sexy on stage. Nipples and camel toe are something that nobody else
Did she
has.
try to show camel toe? Or is that just a natural female
But it doesn't
thing?
matter. You have to know that you can't do it on stage. You can wear whatever you want off stage all the
She was
time.
wearing no underwear with yoga pants. What do you think happens? Every girl that has a fucking pussy knows what happens if you have no underwear and yoga pants on.
Brody, anything you want to promote? This is the end of the show.
I'll be on the Oddball Comedy Tour. You can find me in Denver this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Patriot, what do you got?
At Comic Patriot on Twitter.
He's at Comic Patriot on Twitter. Red Band, I'm at Tony Hinchcliffe. Thank you so much, everybody. Sorry it got dramatic at the end, everyone.
But that's what comedy's all about.
We're trying to build legends. I'm not trying to be mean.
Tony's a great guy. He's not mean. He's trying to help. We're all positive.
I just know what I know. And I'm pretty fucking smart, by the way.
I went to Arizona State, 2.52 GPA, graduated. You
It's a
got it.
scientific fact that I'm right 99.8% of the time. Thank you, everybody. Good night.